Hey y'all. So, yes, same spot. This is my last video. Um, I had another thought that came to mind as I was getting ready to pack up. Um, this truck is getting out of the way, so gotta get going. Workmen, do your work. Anyways, the other the other thing that I completely forgot, or I was thinking about but just didn't articulate in my last video, was also identity. Um, we all have an identity, right? We all have an identity, and the identity that we need to remember is who we are. Who we are. Um, you know, I'm Mark. Yeah, but that's not who I am. That's my name. That's how I go around in the public. That's how people know me. But who I am is a son of the Most High God. I am a son of the Most High God. That is my identity. That is where I stand. That's who I want to be. And so I think it's important that we remember this, and that when we're under attack by the enemy, when he's telling us that we're worthless, we're nothing, we're lower than the earth, we're not worth God's love or God's attention. We're not worth the love of Yah. That we tell him, no, I am a son, or if you're a female, I am a daughter of the Most High, and he loves me, and he knows who I am, and he counted the hairs on my head, and he knows me by name, and the name that he calls me may be different than my physical name on the earth, but he has a name for me. And when he calls me by that name, I need to be able to recognize it and know who I am. So if you're out there and you feel like you're having an identity crisis, you don't know who you are, let me strongly suggest to you, go find yourself some living water, go throw yourself in, wash away the old, wash away the sin and the death, and be reborn into new life. Know who Yeshua, Jesus the Christ, is. Know him. And the only way you can know him is through reading, is through studying, is through prayer. Get very familiar with the word and know what the Father asks of you. Understand the requirements of being one of his. And when these things happen, when you know who you are, things get a lot clearer. I'm not saying they're perfect. Like I was saying with the whole spiritual shell shock thing, you go through the grind every day, and sometimes you have to be slapped in the face. And remember who you are. Be around other people who know who they are. One cannot do it alone. That's why we're not meant to be alone. Be with your spouse if you have one, and remind them who they are daily. And let them remind you who you are daily. And carry each other and work together and build the kingdom. And tell your kids who they are from the moment they can understand your words. Tell them, and even before then, tell them who they are. Ingrain that in them so that they don't have challenges in the future understanding who they are. And don't let the enemy confuse or deceive you and give you an identity that is not you. Cast him out in the name of Yeshua, Jesus. Tell him, you have no part here. I know who I am, and God has told me who I am. He is the Most High Elohim, and he knows you because he has counted the hairs on your head. He knows you. All right. Looks like the truck's clear, so it's time to go. Shalom.